Welcome to the On Deck podcast for all your baseball DFS needs with your superstar host, fantasy baseball experts, Casey, Bubba, and Bogman. On Deck podcast is sponsored by LineStar app, the #1 top-rated data and analytics tool for daily fantasy sports.
And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the On Deck MLB DFS podcast brought to you by the wonderful people at LineStar Sports. Make sure you check them out on Twitter at LineStar app and at LineStar MLB, and download the app. You're going to want it real soon, as NFL preseason just wrapped up. So you're about to hit it hard. We talked about it with Tyler last week. MLB, NFL, college football's on the app. You have MMA almost every weekend. Basketball's coming sooner than you think. Like, it's going to get real rowdy up in this joint. So download the app, get the help for all the stuff you need for your DraftKings, FanDuel, and Yahoo Sports DFS needs. You can find myself on Twitter at BDentric and my co-host, as always, on Twitter at Bogman Sports. Scott Bogman, how are we doing, my friend?
I'm good. Ready for the NFL to start. As you mentioned, MLB is getting hot. All kinds of new players involved in stuff. A lot of debuts happening recently. So I'm ready to get into it. Let's roll.
And Bogman, I don't know if you've heard, but the New York media can be kind of fierce at times.
Is that a true thing? I mean, I've always heard rumors, but
I think so. We're going to find out. Is why I mentioned this. We're going to find out real soon. Because recently the fans have been booing guys like Lindor and Baez and their whole offense because they've been garbage. Yeah. And now Baez and Lindor, and there's one other guy, I can't remember who it was, when they get hits like doubles or home runs, they're giving the thumbs down to the crowd because they said if they can boo us when we're doing bad, we're going to thumbs down them when we're doing good. I don't know about you.
Cohen is not happy about that.
Not a good tactic. Not good at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a good, never a good thing. It doesn't usually go well for guys that attack the fans. So
no, especially in that market and that media. Like, I'm really looking forward to Monday's headlines, like back page headlines and stuff of the New York Daily and Post.
I'm sure they'll get all kinds of sympathy, right?
Oh, all the sympathy, because you've won one game over the weekend and you've fallen out of playoff contention. Yeah, you're gonna get all the sympathy. The crappy thing is Lindor just got paid. Guessing Baez ain't coming back. Let's put it that
way. Bad influence. Get the hell out of here.
Right. So that's going to be a fun one. It's been crazy. The Dodgers lost 2-3 to the Rockies. Giants lost 2-3 to the Braves. So that was there. The Yankees, A's had a good kind of playoff vibes.
Good Lord, Starling Marte. Jeez.
Yeah.
Since going to Oakland,
it's freaking nuts.
Yeah, he has, I think, 20 or 22 stolen bases in like 27 games there. It's crazy.
It's literally like you're waiting for the one a game. Like, between him, that's crazy. And then Salvi Perez now has 37 home runs. He homered he hit home run Sunday, but he homered Friday. He hit grand slams in back-to-back games. Someone, I can't remember, I think it was Cespedes Family Barbecue or whatever, one of the really big accounts, tweeted out a picture of the top 2 home run leaders in the American League, or maybe all of Major League. First is Ohtani, second is Salvi. He said a pitcher and a catcher lead all of baseball in home runs.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something that's normal. I mean, 2020 was weird. 2021 also weird. 40, 20, and over 100 strikeouts for Shohei. It's just crazy, like an 8-1 record. It is. It's an interesting time in baseball, that's for sure.
Yeah, and Vladdy's kind of going back to ground ball Vladdy for a bit, so it looks like Ohtani's kind of getting
has the on-base streak. Like, there's a lot going on.
And that one seems like it's not getting the love it deserves to get.
Because there's so much other stuff going on.
Yeah, it's like for a young kid to do what he's doing right now is freaking awesome to me, and that's why he's priced so high.
Rookies that kind of flamed out this year, and Wander's just like, not me, I'm good.
He flamed out for like 2 weeks. Then he's like, nope, I figured it out. Let's just go. Like, I'm good. No worries here. So that's cool. We got some young pitchers we're going to get to play with for the next couple of weeks and see how that goes. And we're going to get annoyed because there's going to be a lot of openers, a lot of goofy stuff. So buckle up if you don't have a very strong heart. If you're a faint of heart person, you might want to take it easy with MLB. I'm just going to be very honest. Like, maybe lower the wagers and stuff like that.
If you don't call in all them rides at the theme parks, maybe you should just stick to football. Is that what you're saying?
If you see the one ride at the park that's still made of wood and shakes like heck when you go by it, and you're scared to go on it, you might want to limit things on baseball right now.
Which one makes you more nervous? That kind of shaky one, or the one that has goes a million miles an hour and has loops and stuff?
The shaky one, 100%. 100%. Because at least the one that goes a million miles an hour loops, it's like made out of like titanium. It looks like, and it's got you strapped in all over the place. It's like,
Right.
and I'm so big, I'm like stuck. I'm not going anywhere. They get Crisco to get me out of there. So it's like we're good.
Yeah, I mean, I've never got stuck on anything like that. So, luckily, I was on one of just a water ride, and like the guy pushed the thing down into my area, you know what I mean? And he was like, hey, the more it hurts, the more fun it's going to be. I was like, let me off. No, thank you. So.
Yeah, Bill Cosby said that too. Let me know how that went.
Oh,
all right, we got 9 games slate for you on a Monday, folks. 9 games on a slate. If you want to see me turn red and Bogman go, oh no, Bubba just got us canceled, check out the LineStar YouTube channel. It's a really fun time. I highly recommend it. Subscribe, give the old thumbs up on that one. But 9 games on a Monday to get us started on the week of action. We have about 4 more weeks to go here. Philadelphia at the Washington Nationals. We got Zach Wheeler versus Josiah Gray, over under 8.5. You got Wheeler, who might be one of the head Cy Young candidates in the National League. He's 10K on DK, 10.6 on FanDuel. And Gray's a young pitcher that's showing some moxie out there. He's 88 and 81. I don't mind either pitcher really in this game.
Yeah, I'm in on pitching as well, which kind of makes me off on hitting a little bit. There is some PVB data here. Para 12 for 23 with 2 doubles and a bomb. Juan Soto 10 for 34 off Wheeler with 2 homers. Zimmerman 10 for 34 with 2 homers. But when these guys were acquiring these stats, Zach Wheeler was a different pitcher than he is right now. So Wheeler is expensive, but he's still one of the best on the slate. So I'm in on Wheeler. And like you said, Josiah Gray has 3 quality starts in a row. I kind of like him here too. So I'm more in on the pitching here than I am on the hitting.
Yeah, both big strikeout stuff. You can get some big strikeouts against both these teams. So I like the pitching. Like if you want to go hitting, Soto's always in play. But I'm more interested on the Philly side versus Gray. Harper's been just crushing it, but Odubel Herrera has been sneaky good lately, and he's very, very cheap. But I'm kind of with you. I'm preferring the pitching on this one because, as you'll see on every slate now, there's such bad pitching. You don't have to get cute. You can almost just stack everywhere else. So there's angles to go here. Like the next game, Baltimore at Toronto. This is a good one. We have Chris Ellis. I love baseball, people. I have no idea who Chris Ellis is. Against Robbie Ray. The over-under is 9.5. Ellis is 59 and 57. Ray's 97 and 10.9. Zero problem using Robbie Ray, who's just been absolutely outstanding, and I will stack against Chris Ellis.
Yeah, exactly. That is the way to go. I mean, Ray is probably the best option tonight, and he is he's not priced for it either. I think I would go with Ray over Wheeler regardless of price tonight, and Ray is cheaper. So he just becomes the best option for me. So I'm absolutely with you. And then if you want the expensive Toronto bats, go for it. But I'm most interested in Robbie Ray here.
Yeah, I like Robbie Ray quite a bit. I do like him over Wheeler as well. Like the Orioles, they can always surprise us. We talked about this all season long, especially against left-handed pitching. They got thump. They also strike out a ton. So I will take my chances with Robbie Ray, he's gone through some of the best lineups in baseball and not phased him. And you got Ellis, like he's made a 3-inning and a 4-inning performance here in the bigs, but a home run in his last outing. Let's go back to the minor leagues real quick for you. I just pulled this up. In his recent outings, he gave up 4 home runs in his last minor league game. 1-0, 1-2, 0-1. So let's just put it this way. He's given up 14 home runs in 13 starts.
I thought you were reading the tattoo from Fry for a second.
It felt that way. 1-1. It felt just as dirty. So, yes, Ellis looks like it's going to be trouble. The Jays just have been ice cold. I'll be honest. They've been ice cold. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. If you want to stack them, yes. If not, I totally get it because there's other spots to go on this slate. Boston at Tampa Bay on this one. We have Nick Pivetta going up against Luis Patino. Over under 8.5. Pivetta 68 and 76. Patino 72 and 77. I don't mind a little sneaky Patino in this one, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, my note on him is I'd be in if he's a cheap option. He's cheap, 72, like you said, and 77. So I could be in on him. More interested in Brandon Lau, 4 for 7 with a bomb against Pivetta. Dahlback, Verdugo. Shaw has been hitting a little. Schwarber has been hitting, but Franco is the big one. Manny Margot and Nelly Cruz are the guys that I like here.
Yeah, starting it out with Lau and Franco is always a good spot. Meadows went deep on Sunday. He's just so inconsistent right now for the price point. It's like at his price point and his consistency, I'd rather play Brett Phillips or Kevin Kiermaier, who's just as consistent, if not more consistent, and a lot cheaper. but you get what you get. So don't mind a little Tampa Bay action here with Lau, Franco, and then get some of those cheaper options if you prefer. And if you want Boston, I get it. I just think Patino's sneaky good. His biggest problem is left-handed hitting, and so you have Devers, you have Verdugo, you have Schwarber, maybe Jarren Duran, maybe Chavis Shaw. So now you get to 5 pitchers. Check the lineup. If you get the 5 or 6 lefties, it might take me off Patino, but the fact he's 72 makes for a high upside SP2 option in a tournament. So he's interesting, but lefties have been a big kryptonite for him this season. Colorado at Texas, another game we can use some bats in this one. Herman Marquez versus Aj Alexey. Alexey Lawless is the only one I know from Alexey. But Alexey, over under 8.5 on this one. Marquez 85 and 91. The other one doesn't matter. I love Marquez tonight against Texas.
Yeah, I mean, he's been bad recently, though. But I think I'm with you. I think I'm willing to take the dip here. 15 earned runs in his last 13 and a third. But he's cheaper than he usually is at 85. So I think I'm going to take the risk and go in. Most of the time we don't call Marquez a risk because he has had a great year. Just over his last 3 games, he has been great. But against Texas, I'm back in. Yeah. And then on bats, Connor Joe, Diaz, Hampson, Blackman, TJ Crone, I go out of that group.
One thing I'll say, I'm looking up Alexey right now. He's made 10 starts in AAA or AAA and AA this year. This is his major league debut on Monday. 65 innings pitched, only 12 earned runs, 78 strikeouts. That's not bad. He hasn't given an earned run in his last 2 starts, went 5 innings in both, struck out a total of 12. I could see it if you want to get freaky as an SP2.
Okay.
I'm not all, but he at least there's signs pointing to something. We just saw Otto make his debut last week before Texas.
He was good, yeah.
He was very good. So we've seen these guys get blown up. We've also seen guys at $4,700 like go and get you 12 to 15 points, and that just opens up all the bats you want in the world. So I'm not going to say he's completely out. I do agree the Colorado bats are enticing because especially if he only goes 4 or 5 innings, which he's done most of the minors, that Texas bullpen's atrocious. Yeah. So that's I like the and you might get Raimel Tapia back on Monday, so that's another option for that lineup. So no problem using Colorado. And then you did mention I like Marquez a lot, I do, but you mentioned how bad he's been. Texas has been a little sneakier this last week. Andy Ibanez might be out again.
Garcia's coming around. Yeah.
Ibanez missed Sunday's game because he tweaked a hamstring on Saturday. He's day-to-day, but Nathaniel Lowe is hitting. DJ Peters is super cheap. He went deep again on Sunday. Nick Solak's hitting over 360 the last 2 weeks. He's starting to wake up again. So Texas could be one of those. Like we talked about some earlier games that you can get sneaky with. Texas could be one that's fun, actually. So I think that's interesting in this one. All right, the New York Yankees at the Los Angeles Angels at Anaheim. It's not my birthday. It's like a month and a half away. But I'm getting Corey Kluber as the opener and Andrew Heaney coming in after him. I don't know what I did to deserve such awesome stuff, but it's just like a match made in heaven for me. And then on the flip side, Jose Quintana is coming out of the bullpen as the long man to start this game.
Instead of shots, it's bats.
Oh man, bats. I'm gonna get suckered into so much of this tonight.
On the Angels side, I like Marsh, Joe Adell, Phil Gosselin. Those guys have all been hot recently. On the Yankee side, I like Stanton, Judge. Obviously, you got to pay up for these guys. Voit, if he's in the lineup again, let's go with him. But yeah, I mean, whoever you want that's in the lineup in this game is pretty solid.
Yeah, Voit, Stanton, Judge. I love Voit because he's just so cheap. See what other value comes in. It's hot on the West Coast right now. So that ball's going to be flying out of Anaheim. And then it's a weird dynamic because Kluber's going to go an inning or two. Then you get Heaney. So it's like, okay, who do you stack to attack? Because Gosselin crushes lefties, destroys them. He's been okay versus righties. Marsh is just great. I love an Angel stack. I really do. Walsh, I won't pay for Ohtani because I'll go get other guys, but this has game stack material written all over it. Yankees will be extremely popular tonight, and for good reasons. So enjoy that. A lot of West Coast games tonight. This is going to be fun. A lot of fun. You poor East Coast guys. Wake up and see if you want or not. San Diego at Arizona on this one. We got Chris Paddock returning. He threw a couple bullpen sessions. They didn't think rehab was necessary. Going up against your boy, Tyler Gilbert. Over-under of 9. Paddock 56 and 67. Gilbert 62 and 65. Yeah, I'm not using pitching in this one.
Look, I'll say this. Gilbert makes me nervous, right? He makes me super nervous. But San Diego has not been hitting. So Gilbert is a maybe at this price of 62 and 65 because he just opens up more stuff for you. So I'll say that. Now, obviously, it's a dice roll. You don't have to do it, but I'll throw the dice in a couple lineups. But there is some PVB here against Paddock. 7 for 13 for Marte with a double, 4 for 12 for Carson Kelly with a homer, 5 for 14 for Ahmed with a double. And then Varsho, Walker, Peralta have all been hitting a little bit on the San Diego side. I mean, Tatis, you can always play Cronenworth, Profar, but not much happening for San Diego recently.
Yeah, they've been struggling a ton. There's no hiding that. If you want to get in on some Gilbert action, a lot of pitch to contact, I'm all about it. I am, but I get it. They've been tough. Like if you're going to pay up for a stack, it's like Yankees. It's almost like do you pay for the expensive Jays against the Orioles or the expensive Padres versus Gilbert? That's kind of and both offenses have been scuffling, but I wouldn't be shocked if one or both has a night. So that's a fun one there. I'm going to get suckered back into Arizona. I've been playing them a lot lately. I really said they've been hitting. They've been hitting very well. So I love me some Cattell. Carson Kelly is actually streaking. Walker's cheap hitting well. Peralta, Varsho, you mentioned it. I love attacking Chris Paddock. So this is a good one. So I don't mind Arizona's a little contrarian action if you want to go there on this slate. And my take on Gilbert, I get your take 100%. I'm always about taking cheap pitching if you can find it. I'd rather just take 1,500 less and go to Alexey.
Yeah, sure.
For his strikeout upside. That's where I'm at, but I get your take 100%.
Yeah. And Gilbert's going to, because of that, it's probably going to be a lower rostered. So,
and Gilbert's going to could go longer than Alexey. We've seen that. Where Alexey, I'd be shocked if he goes past 5. So that's the difference between the two. So I get it, 100% get it.
We've seen Gilbert go 9 before.
Exactly. We've seen it. We've also seen him have a BABIP of like 0.03 in that game. But let's move on to the Bay. Brewers at the San Francisco Giants. Corbin Burns. I wish I could go to this game against Johnny Cueto. Over under 7.5 in this one. Burns is 10-2 and on DK 11.5 on FanDuel. Cueto 77 and 78. Giants bats have been very wishy-washy. Are you going to Burns?
No, I'm not going to Burns. And it's not because I don't like Burns, but it's because at his price, give me Ray, give me Wheeler instead. So it just kind of makes me out on Burns. Maybe that makes more interesting because he's going to be rostered a little bit less because there's 2 other options. So I get that play as well. But for me, I'm going to just stick to bats here. Posey 5 for 7 against Burns, 6 for 12 for Low Kane against Cueto with a double and a bomb, 6 for 19 for Yelich with 3 doubles and a homer. And I tell you what, all it took was the Welsh and I had talked a little bit of smack about Christian Yelich for him to get rolling again. So he is starting to come around. And then Wong, Avisale, Omar Narvaez all hitting, Yastrzemski, La Stella, Ruff are guys in the Giants lineup that have been hitting a little bit. So I'm picking out of that group.
La Stella's been mashing right now, absolutely lighting it up. So I think he's a very nice value. Yeah, Yaz. See, Belt should be back from the bereavement list, I believe. So that'll be a nice little change of pace. I don't mind Giants in this one at all. I love Burns. It'll mean low-owned Giants, which is always fun because we've seen I always like a low-owned team that we know can go off no matter what. So that's always interesting. So you can definitely go Giants if you want. Don't mind a Brewer stack. You mentioned Yelich. He's just started to really look like that MVP. The launch angle has changed. Shocking. And he's hitting the ball very, very well. In the end, I'm probably staying away from this game, but I totally see some tournament appeal from attacking both of these pitchers. 2 more games to go on the slate before we get there. Make sure you guys check out the LineStar YouTube channel. You will not regret it. Lots of fun stuff and things over there. Give the old thumbs up and subscribe. And also go to iTunes. Give a rate and review to the On Deck podcast. It would mean a ton to us. Remember the rules, guys. 5 stars. You get as much constructive criticism as you want. That's the rules. I don't make them, but that's the rules. 5-star, and you give all the constructive criticism you want. All right, 2 more games. As I said a second ago, Atlanta at the Los Angeles Dodgers. Drew Smyly, Julio Urias. Over-under of 9 on this one. Smiley 79 and 74. Urias 95 and 97. You want to talk about a cold offense? Look at the Dodgers.
Yeah.
I'm not going Smiley either.
Yeah, I can't do it. I want to say go out and get yourself Smiley. He's decent. He's been pitching decent. He's decently priced. But, as soon as you take him, the Dodgers wake up. You know what I mean? So, Mookie Betts is back, all that stuff. So, I'm going to go ahead and pass on pitching here and because I like Urias too, but he's had, I think, 5 starts in a row where he hasn't gone more than 5 1/3. So, this could be a decent one one for him. But I think I'd rather stick to the group that we have of Ray, Wheeler, or Marquez. So I'm not going to go with Urias, which makes me in on bats. Mookie Betts 8 for 22 with 3 doubles and a bomb against Smiley. Soler, Riley, Swanson, Duvall have all been hot. Will Smith, Trey Turner have been the few guys that are hitting in this lineup for the Dodgers. So I'm just going to go bats here.
Yeah, Smith, Turner, even Ginger Turner, Chris Taylor is in play. AJ Pollock is hitting very well. So if you don't want to pay the popular Dodgers, you can go there. And I do not mind some Atlanta action. They're playing great. Like they took 2 out of 3 from the Giants at home. I think they lost 2 to that 2-game series to the Yankees, but that snapped like a 12-game win streak, and they're very, very close playoff type games. This team can hit. Can hit really well. So I think they're an interesting play. Urias is good, but I think Atlanta could be a nice little sneaky play as well. So this late night action could be kind of fun. Houston at the Seattle Mariners. We have Luis Garcia going up against Chris Flexen, over under 8.5 on this one. Garcia 92 and 86, Flexen 82 and 8,000. Garcia's pretty cheap tonight.
Yeah, and he had a not great start. His one against Seattle is 4 2/3. It was kind of wishy-washy, but 4 2/3, 5 earned, 9 strikeouts and 1 walk, though. So I'll roll the dice here. He's kind of like Marquez in that. So I'll roll the dice here. Flexen's been pretty good, too. I just don't know if I want to pitch him against Houston. So I'll throw Garcia in the group of pitchers that I like. And then, obviously Astros bats, Taylor Jones still hot, Gurriel, Myers, Altuve, Brantley have all been good. If you're not going with Garcia, France, Toro, Torrens, all hitting for Seattle.
Yeah, if you're using the Astros, my number one recommendation is use Jordan Alvarez. The dude is hitting everything under the sun right now. But stack it up. I've been doing a lot of Myers and Maldonado at the back end type stacks, and they've been very nice value. This Astros team's starting to get healthy and starting to heat up again. So they're going to have a heck of a September, I have a feeling. Flexen's been much better at home. I can't stomach that one with the other options we have. If you want to go at Garcia, you can. I think he's a great value, and I don't mind using him. It's a good comparison to the Marquez idea. I'd probably take Garcia over Marquez, I think. But I
think I like the matchup for Marquez better against Texas.
Yeah, I could see that. So that's why they're very close. I like that comparison quite a bit. All right, let's recap things real quick on this slate. Who are your pitching targets tonight?
The guys that I like tonight are the ones we mentioned earlier: Ray, Wheeler, Garcia, and Marquez. Secondaries of Josiah, Gray, and Gilbert.
Yeah, I'm with you. Wheeler, Ray, Garcia, Marquez, and then I do like Patino is interesting to me. Josiah Gray as well, and then I'm going to probably end up having some Alexey. The more I looked into it at that price point, if he can just stomach me like 12 plus points, it could get interesting. Who are you stacking up on this slate?
Well, I think like a little Giants contrarian stack a little bit. I like the D-backs against Paddock. I like either side of the Yankees and Angels. I'll go Colorado against Texas, and then the last one of Toronto against Baltimore.
Yeah, I don't mind. I like all those Yankees, Angels, Padres. Don't mind some Giants. I think the Texas side of that, Texas, Colorado, could be interesting as well. And then going late night, like it just feels like somewhere in that, like one of those last 3 games, someone's blowing up. I know this sounds bad, but it just feels like there's good pitchers, but someone's going to eat it. And it's going to be really, really interesting to see how that plays out. I think I would be going with the Atlanta side of things on that one, but I like the Giants take as well because we've seen them come home. They hit a lot of home runs in that ballpark, and you can have some fun against Burns lately, especially if he doesn't go deep in the game. So it could be quite interesting. All right, the moment everyone's been waiting for. You have to follow LineStar on Twitter, though, for this to happen. At the LineStar app, at LineStar MLB, and they tweet out all kinds of great stuff. Lineups, home runs, news, and Monday through Friday, the home run calls of the day. Tyler got us on the board last Friday with the home run call. He showed up, pinch hit, went deep. It was amazing.
I love it.
Yep, that was big. That was big. So we're back. The group is back because Humphreys was gone too, but now it's Humphreys, myself, and Boggs back at it again to bring you guys some home run calls of the day. So you have to retweet the home run tweet, and 3 lucky retweeters will be paired up with each one of us to hopefully win some free swag. So Bogman, who's your home run call from Monday, August 20th?
You know what?
30th.
I'm going to go with one of my favorites and give me the freight train, David Peralta against Paddock.
The freight train. Man, we're digging deep. I love it. He's swinging a good bat. He's swinging a very good bat right now. So No problem with that at all. I think I'm going to this Angels and Yankees game, and I'm just going to take one of the hottest bats in baseball right now. It might be a chalky play, but give me Giancarlo Stanton going up against Jose Quintana. Like, he is just mashing right now. So give me Giancarlo against Quintana. You went with the freight train. David Peralta, I love it. Absolutely love it. We'll see what Humphreys comes up with, but should be a fun day of swag. 9 games. We'll be back with you guys on Tuesday with a full slate of action. But for now, follow Bogman on Twitter at Bogman Sports. I'm at BD Entrick, and good luck, everybody.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to the LineStar app On Deck podcast. Download LineStar app from the App Store or go to LineStarApp.com for all your DFS baseball needs. If you love the On Deck podcast, support KC, Bubba, and Bogman by rating and subscribing. Good luck.